Everything is right, guys?
Yes, Ravi, everything is fine.
Okay, so fine, guys. So now here, what is that? Whenever, what is that? If request is came, right? Smooth request execution is going on. Just assume that what in our application, what a smooth execution is there. Means what is that? This one is the closed na, guys. Come on.
Yes, Ravi, closed.
So closed, right? So
Yes,
this
it is closed.
closed means what is that? Smooth. If in smooth execution is going on, then what will happen now? Actual method will execute, right? Come on. Respond it, guys.
It's closed status.
Closed, right? So this status
Yes.
is, this status is saying that what? This status is saying that what? Our microservices, this status is nothing but what? Closed status. Closed status. Just what is that? See this, right? So here what? Our end user is making the request to whom? Request to whom? Actual logic. Actual method. Actual method, right? So just what? Our end user is making the request, and what is that? Then what is that? Our what is that? Actual logic is executing. Here request is came. Here request is came. So if actual logic is executing, that is what? That is nothing but what? Closed status. That status is called what, guys? Closed status, right?
Closed.
Yes, Ravi.
Closed status, right? So if exception occurred, right? Is if exception occurred, then what is that? 20 exception is came. If 20th 21 exception is occurred, then what will happen now? This one will become what is that? This one will become open. This one will become open, and request will start directly, right? It's it this one will become what is that? Closed. When it is the closed now, guys, when the smooth execution is there. But here what is that? Mm, like what is that? Exception occurred, right? In our application exception occurred, then what will happen? This one will closed, and what is that? Directly request will come to who? What is that? Dummy method. That is nothing but what is that? Opened status. That status is nothing but what? Is open status. Now clear, guys?
Opened.
Hmm?
Yes,
Yes,
Ravi,
Ravi.
clear.
Right. Okay, so here what? Here just
Yes,
assume
Ravi.
that. So here what? If what is that? Dummy method, right? If our what is that? Means what? Actual method also there. Just assume that here actual method, right? Actual method also there. And what is that? Here what? Dummy method also there. But what? But what? Our what is that? Our request is coming, not going to actual method, right? Not going to what? Actual method. This one is coming from to whom? Dummy method. That is that one will be in which status now, guys? In which status? Open status. In which status now? Open status, right? This is the what is that? This is the
Fine.
closed. This is the closed status, and this is the open status. Come on, guys.
Okay.
So
Yes,
so
Ravi.
Yes, Ravi.
it work with what is that? Fallback. What is that? Circuit breaker is working with what is that? Here fallback, with the fallback mechanism only, na, guys. Come on, with what is that? Open and a closed circuit concept, right? It's what is that? Circuit breaking is working with what is that? Fallback mechanism, with what is that? Is with what is that? Open and a closed status, right? Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes,
Yes,
Ravi.
Ravi.
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
So same like, right? What is that? Same like, what is that? Circuit. What is the circuit breaker? Circuit breaker. What is that? Circuit breaker process, right? Circuit breaker process. What is the circuit breaker process now, guys? What is the circuit breaker process now? Based on the diagram only, right? We will understand. So it is what it is. It is works. It is works. It is works with what is that? With what? Fallback. It is work with what is a fallback and what is that? Open and a close. Open and a close circuit. Circuit concept, right? Concept, what is the concept, concept, right? Concept, right? So what is the closed circuit now, guys? What is the closed circuit? Means what? Whenever our request sent to actual method, right? Whenever our request, just normally if our request is sending to actual method, that is nothing but what is that? Open, sorry, close status, right? If what is that?
Close.
If our request is coming to our dummy method, that is one open status. Now come on.
Open.
Yes, right.
Yes, Ravi.
So that one only.
Yes, sir.
Let's understand this one also, right? And we will write it for the future purpose, right? I will save this notes. Close. What is the closed circuit? What is the closed circuit, right? Means what? Request sent to actual
Method.
Yeah, sent to actual method, right? And what is the open circuit? What is the open circuit, right? So request sent to dummy method, or what is that? Dummy method, or what? Fallback method. That is nothing but what is that? Open circuit, right? Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, Ravi, clear.
Yes, Ravi.
So the thing is, when our open circuit will start, and when our what is that? Closed circuit will start. If, right, what is that in the uplift project, right? Just we need to explicitly or manually we need to start this what is that? Open and close circuit. Whenever our application will start, that time only our application will raised what is that? Closed and open circuit. So let's understand that one also. No, guys, okay? So whenever we will deploy our microservices application with what is that? Circuit breaker, then what is that? Which status will come? Closed status will come, right? Closed status will come. So now continuously,
Yes,
right? If in our application continuously, if 20 request is failing, continuously if 20 request is failing, then which status will rise? Open status will rise.
Open
Open
status.
Yeah, so by default in the microservices, in the circuit breaker concept, right? 20 request will accept, right? 20 request will accept with what is that? Fallback, right? With fallback mechanism. Once this status is reached, right? If once this threshold is reached, then what will happen now? Then circuit breaker will happen. And our application, our status, which status will open status will comes, right? Open status will comes. So when we start our application, right? Our application are microservices, right? Microservices circuit, right? Microservices circuit. Which status will come?
Open.
No,
Closed status.
closed
Open
status.
status.
Close the status, Ravi.
Closed status. After 20th request, right? After 20th request, our open status will come. But whenever we will start our microservices application, at that time closed status will be there, guys. Which status will be there?
Closed status.
Closed
Closed
status,
status.
right? Closed status. We will see everything as a practical, guys. Don't worry, right? So after what is that? After 20 means what is that? After 20 fails, right? After 20 fails. After 20 fails, we can increase this size. It's not meaning by default this size is there in the microservices, guys. In the circuit breaker, what is that default? How many requests will accept? 20 requests will accept.
20.
20.
Continuously 20 requests if fail, right? If fail, then what will happen now? Then circuit breaker will become open. Continuously exceptions came, right? Exceptions came, then what is that? Then what is that? Then circuit breaker what is that? Change
To open status.
to what is that? Change to what? Or status, change
Open.
status to
To
open.
open.
Right? Open. So by default, what is the request? By default, how much request will accept? Default size of request, what is that? Failing request is
25.
what? Default is what?
20.
Default is what? 20 requests, right? Default
Yes.
request is what? 20 request, right? 20 request. After 20th request, what will happen now? What will happen now? Our application will what? After our status will go inside that what?
Change the status.
Open mode, right? Open mode. So means what? But how much second this application will be there in the open mode, guys? This one also a question. Come on, because
5
just it
seconds.
Yes.
means what is that? By default time is what? 5 seconds. Again after 5 seconds, right? The request will come to what? Actual method. Again server is down, and if fallback dummy method is responding, then what will happen now? Then 22 requests, 21 request will come here, right? But after then 22nd request will come on the dummy method, right? Dummy method, like this the continuously what is that will come to again 5 seconds, right? Again 5 seconds. Again after then what will happen now? The request will come to what? Actual method. Like this the things will happen, like this the things will happen, guys. Okay, so
Yes, Ravi.
after what? After every 5 seconds, right? 5 seconds, next request will be sent to what is that? Actual method, right? Actual method. What is the default time of what? What is the default time of that waiting method? Default time of what? 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Right? Default time is what? 5 seconds, right? So if
Yes,
Yes,
Ravi.
sir.
if a success, if success, then what is that? Then closed status will be closed. If not, then what is that? If not, then what is the circuit? Closed. If not, then what is that? If success, right? If success, then what status will come? Closed status will come.
Status change to close.
Yeah. Else what is that? Keep open only. Else keep open only. Means what? If whenever we are making the request, right? Means what? After 20th request, what will happen now? This dummy will start, and here open status will come. After 5 seconds, every request is coming to dummy method only, right? Dummy method only. But but what is that, after 5 seconds again actual method will start to executing. If this message is giving the success, if the success logic is executed, right? If success logic is executed, then what will happen now? Here 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 the circuit will close, right? Circuit will close. Then what status we are getting now? Closed status we are getting, guys, come on.
Close.
So that one
Yes,
only,
Yes, sir.
that one only I said here. So okay, let's understand again. Let's take some scenario, right? Some scenario. So what scenario I'm taking means what? If first request, right? If first request, if first request is coming, right? Just assume that if first request is coming to our application, guys, okay, to our application, means what? Our actual logic, right? Means actual method. If our actual method, right, what is that, first request is coming, then what will happen now? If in the actual method, what is that, exception is came, right? If in what is that, in our what is that actual method, exception is occurred, then what will happen now? Then fallback method will execute now. Come on guys.
Yes,
Yes,
Ravi,
Ravi.
correct.
But
yes, Ravi, correct.
but still what is that, status will be closed only.
Closed only.
Until 20 exceptions.
But still what is that, status is what is that, closed only, right? So same, like just assume that again second request also came, right? Second request also came, but still what is that, status will be closed, right? So like this, like what is that, dot
Until
what is that here, 9.
20.
So here what is that, here 19th, right? 19th, just assume that 19th request came, right? But still what is that, status will be closed only, right? So here what is that, 20. Some noise is happening, please close. Yeah. So here what is the 20th, just assume that 20th request is came, right? 20th request is came. Again what is that, actual method will execute, right? Actual logic will execute. After then what, if in the actual logic again exception is came, then what is that, fallback method will execute. But still here what, still status is what, closed only. CLO. Yes, ED, right? Closed, right? Here spelling I wrote wrong.
This is right.
Closed only, right? After then, now from here onward, guys, right? From here onward, after then what is that? After then what will happen now? After then, if 20th request will come, right? Now from 20th, 21st, right? 21st request is came, then what will happen now? Then what will happen now? Directly fallback method, right? Fallback method will what, execute, right? Just what is that, request, 20th request, right? Request, if 20th request will come, then what will happen now? Directly fallback method will execute, and what is that, we will get the response from the fallback method. And what status will become, open status will come, right? Now this, then another, just assume that 22, 23, 24, like this request came, right? 22, 23, 22nd, right? 22nd, 23rd, 23rd request is came, then still what is that, this one will come as a what, open mode only. Again after then what, after 5 seconds, this execution will run, what is that, 5 second, right? After, what is that, after 5 second, right? After 5 second, after 5 second, what is that, just assume that and another request, we don't know, 24th or 23rd, not 24th request will come, right? 24th request will come, now again what will happen, now actual logic will execute. After then, what is that, after then what, fallback method still
24 Ravi.
see, just this one is what assumption number I'm giving, okay? Don't bother about the assumption number, right? Because after 5 seconds we don't know how many request is processed now. So okay, let's take 24 only, 24 request, right? 24th request is came, then what is that, actual logic will execute again after 5 seconds. What is that, actual logic will execute. After then what, still problem is there, problem is there in our application. What is that, still problem is there. Then what will happen now, fallback method will execute, right? Fallback method will execute, and the response we will get in the close, open status, right? Open status. Now like this, after then what, if, just assume that if this one, right? If the status we are getting the success, if not, right? If not means what is that, if in this actual method is succeeded, if the actual method is succeeded after 5 minutes, right? After 5 minutes, then what is that, then what will happen now, then fallback method will not execute, right? Then fallback method will not execute, and what is that, we will get the status as what, closed. Clear, guys? Now people are getting.
Yes, Ravi, clear.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, Ravi, clear.
Yes. So if everyone is cleared, right, about our discussion, whatever I explained, so some question I'm asking related to our discussion now. Everyone will give the response. Everyone is ready.
Yes,
Okay,
Ravi.
Ravi.
My voice is low.
Yes.
Just now I'm seeing that, Divya, right? Still really my voice is slow, guys?
No,
No,
Ravi.
Ravi.
No, na?
Clear for me.
Okay. Okay, so some question I'm asking, guys, related to our discussion only. Let's see that how many people is giving the response. Please be active yourself now, guys. Please respond it. Okay, please respond it. So my question is what? I'm asking the question, guys. Okay, so my question is what is that, when fallback method will executed, right? When fallback method will execute, please answer everyone.
When
Don't worry,
exception comes,
if wrong answer also will acceptable by, but don't sit quiet, right? Don't sit quiet. If not, I will explain again, right? I will explain again. At least I can understand the status of the people now. So because of that, I'm asking the answer, guys. Okay, I'm asking the question. Please give the response, guys.
When there is an error in the actual method.
Yeah.
Open circuit.
When we are getting
There is an
errors
exception.
continuously for till the default number of errors, right? So till that point, it will continue with the actual method. Then once it reaches, it will go to the fallback method.
Yeah. So our answer is what? Our answer is what? If what is that, actual method has what? If actual method has raised, right?
Exception.
Raised or throw any exception. Through any exception, then what? Then what is that, fallback method is execute.
execute.
Yes, sir.
Executed, right? Executed. So I got the answer from the Divya only. So I appreciated you, Divya. So now, and Sudhir also given the correct answer, right? So good. No issue, guys. Mistake. If the person is not doing the mistake, then how the person will learn the things, na? So it's a good only. At least you guys are trying, na? That is the matter. If just think about who is the not trying also. What we can say that. Just I'm sharing one things, guys. I meet one of my friend is there, right? When I came means what when I came in 2016, right, in Hyderabad. At that time he took the admission in the Naresh IT only. Hey, let's say stop the recording, right? What are the possible circuit status?
Two status, open and close.
Two
Very
status,
status
open
Open and closed.
Very good, very good. What is the possible status, guys? Okay, answer is what? Two. What is that? First one is what? Open, and what is that? Second is closed. Second one is what? Closed, right? Second one is what? Closed. Okay, so one more question I'm asking, guys. Okay, when we start microservices, whenever we are starting our microservices application, then what is that? What is the circuit status at
closed
that time?
status, closed status.
Closed status.
Give everyone with
Closed
the
status only.
response with the confidently, guys. Okay, already near about 1 hour we come expand with this theory only, na? We are going to enter in the
Yes,
practical
default
area.
is closed.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Question is what? So my question is when we start our microservices, right? When we start our microservices application, then what is the status?
Closed.
Closed status, Ravi.
What is the status, right? Status. What is the status? Means what? Our answer is what? Closed only.
Closed.
Closed, right? Closed. Now, okay, good. One more question let's ask, right? So what is mean by closed and open?
Like after 5 seconds,
Yes.
like after continuous throwing an exception, it will go to the status will be open.
status.
Then after 5 seconds, again, the microservice will start going to the actual method.
What is the mean by closed and what? Open. Closed and what? Open. Our answer is what? What you are saying, the Sudhir?
Like after continuously throwing an exception, our status will be open. Then
Yeah.
after 5 seconds, again the status, after 5 seconds, again our application will send the request to actual method.
So our answer is what is that? Meaning, right? What is the meaning? Meaning means what? Means if our actual logic is executing, right? Means what? Closed status. If what? Fallback method is executing, means what is that? Open request. That is only, right? That's it, na? That is only the meaning, na? Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
CLOSED. Closed meaning is what? Closed meaning is what? Means what? If request sent, right? Sent to what is that? Actual method.
Directly to actual method.
Yeah. And what is that? Closed. Open. What is the open? Means what? If request sent to
Fallback method.
what? Fallback method.
Fallback method.
Fallback method.
Fallback method, right? Fallback method. Okay, so now one more question, right? When a circuit will be open? When
After continuously 20
continuous-
exceptions.
20
That
fails attempt.
exception range.
hmm,
An error occurs continuously with the actual method.
Continuously 20 exceptions, then circuit will be open.
yeah. So when a circuit when circuit will be open, when circuit will be open, answer is what? If microservices, right? If microservices actual method, right? If actual method continue,
20 fail attempt.
Raising exception.
continuously, spelling is correct, guys? Continuously, please check it. I'm not confident about continuous spelling, right?
Yes, Ravi, correct. No,
Yes,
Continue.
Ravi.
one U
Yes,
is
sir.
extra. You have to remove one U.
Right? Even you, right? Where this
Second
one?
U, second U. Yeah.
Continuously, right? Continuously. If continuously exception, then what is that? Then circuit, right? CIRCUIT, right? Circuit status, right? Circuit status is what is that? Changed, right? Circuit status is changed, means what is that? After what? Default, what is that? Default 20
20
request, right? Default 20 request to what is that? To close to open,
Close to open, Ravi.
right? Means what? If what is that? If in a microservices actual method continuously what is that? Continuously exception is there, right? Continuously exception is there, then what is that? Then circuit status changed, right? Circuit status changed to what? Close to what? Open, right? This one only I explained na, guys. Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes,
Okay,
Ravi.
so now let's do one small experiment, guys. Okay, just what I'm going to do now, just I'm going to give what is that? One small experiment, right? Later still in the what is the circuit breaker actual concept is not came, right? But just what we are going to do now, just we are going to start what is that? One small program, right? One small program, in that we will check it, whatever this we will discussed about till whatever discussion is happened, right? So based on this discussion, what we will do it now, we will implement one application, right? One application, but so many concept is there, right? So many concept is there, but we will see that how how fallback mechanism is working. Now everyone is ready for that?
Yes, Ravi.
Yes,
Hmm?
Ravi.
Yeah, so now let's do the coding coding, right? Let's do the coding. So first what we will do it now, start the coding. Our coding will be first, what is that? We will generate one Eureka server project, right? Eureka server. So in the Eureka server, let's give what is that? Spring project name. We will give the name of what? Our project, right? We will give the name of our what project. So I'm giving the name Spring Cloud Eureka server, right? Eureka server. What dependency we need? What is the dependency? Tell
Eureka
guys.
server.
Everyone know that, right? Everyone know that. Eureka server, right? Eureka server. Eureka server dependency we need, right? Eureka server dependency we need. Okay, good. So now let's create this application, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm opening our Eclipse IDE. Inside that file, new, other, starter, project, next. Now I'm taking what is that, Spring Cloud. What we can take, Eureka server. This
Circuit
name,
breaker.
this name is exist, right? Let's take circuit, right? Now this one is perfect, right?
Yes, Ravi.
Circuit, right? CIR.